2025년 국제우주산업 콘프런스가 글로벌 우주항공 수도 경남 공존과 성장의 미래를 열다 경상남도 진주시 사천시 한국우주기술진흥협회 제경남테크노파크 많은 시청 바랍니다. 구독과 좋아요는 큰 힘이 됩니다.
또 다시 한번 환영해 주시길 부탁드리겠습니다.
Hi, good afternoon. Luis Azua from Chihuahua, Mexico. I am the current chairman of the board for the Mexican Federation of Aerospace Industries. And I want to thank you, and I want to thank this great organization, CAST, for the invitation. So with that, let me start with the presentation of who is, what we are in FEMIA and what we are doing. FEMIA is basically a non-private organization in Mexico. In Mexico we have around 400 companies, all sizes, and we in FEMIA have members, 130 of them. They are about 80% of the exports on the aerospace from Mexico to the world. So very, very important in that regard. This is the staff we are. As you see, very busy always. And the membership. This is very important because I already mentioned 130 of them, all sizes, global companies. SMEs for sure, from Mexico, and global companies from around the world, part of our members. What we do? We have a commission, different commissions for this association. Human talent formation, technical, everything. We need to be very specific on that. So what is Mexico and what we are doing? We have in Mexico, as I mentioned, more than 400 companies. Basically, around 82% are in manufacturing. Some of these manufacturing operations and companies have also R&D, and we also have MRO, maintenance, research, and overhaul. The parts that we are doing: engine system, precision machining, of course, aircraft interiors, aerostructures, secondary processes, everything. And this is all very important because we are using this as the foundation for the space, right? For the space missions, programs, and our partnership. In this case, we are very interested with Korea to establish partnership with the current companies because we in Mexico need it. The government, as I will mention later on, they have established a strategic direction, and the space is definitely a big pillar for this. Global companies that I mentioned are present in Mexico, and this is only to highlight the importance of what we are doing. Where is the capital coming from the world? Mainly the US. Almost 30% of the capital is within Mexico, local SMEs, companies, France, the UK, Canada, all over the world, investing in Mexico. This is a map of Mexico and how these approximately 400 companies are established in basically 19 states of the country. The sales and the exportation we have. It is worth to mention that we have basically growth at a double-digit margin since basically 10 years ago. Last year we achieved $10.8 billion in exportations. So it's a very important market for us, the aerospace. And we also have the FAMEX, which is the Mexican Aerospace Fair. It is the most important fair in Latin America, and we just had it here in 2025. The next one is coming in 2027, and the important part of this fair is that we have a pavilion dedicated for the space. And again, we are investing a lot, and it's becoming so important that we have that. FEMIA is also in charge of organizing the Mexican pavilion in the Paris Air Show, actually coming in June 16th to the 22nd in Paris this year. Now, some of the opportunities and challenges that we have in the aerospace in Mexico. For sure, we see as an opportunity the digital thread and efficient manufacturing. We have already shown the world that we are excellent in manufacturing throughout different industries, the automotive, the medical, the electronic, and we want to do the same on the aerospace. That's why we are adopting. So Industry 4.0 is definitely something that we are aiming for. The advanced aeromobility also as an opportunity. The vertical takeoff and landing has been greatly growing in the world, and we have a good part on that. You know, we have a lot of experience in the electronics. We have a lot of experience in the manufacturing of the automotive. And when you put all that together with the aerospace, you basically have a drone, right? And the advanced aeromobility, we want to be part of the vertical takeoff and landing with electric propulsion. We are part of the manufacturing, and we're going to be a very strong, we have to have a very strong part in the infrastructure and platforms for this mode of transportation. Of course, the talent development. Universities are in line with us. They are actually asking the companies what is coming, what is next, so that they can teach properly. It is very important that the STEM is gaining a lot of momentum in Mexico, and the skilled labor that we have is just being more technical and growing. For sure, the demographics help us. You know, we have a 29-year-old media as age in Mexico, so there's a lot of potential for the young people, and we are basically convincing them that the aerospace, and in this case the space, is a great field for them to be part and grow over there. Of course, the supply chain, because you know, we being close to the US, the nearshoring is a fact. And even with the tariffs and this uncertainty that we lived at the beginning of the year, we are still growing very importantly in this field, and other sectors, of course. For sure, the materials, the scarcity of them, it's a challenge that we are dealing with through different treaties that we have with everywhere in the world, with Europe, with Asia, of course, the US, Canada. So we are making use of that. For us, the geopolitical situation is another opportunity to see things differently and to do things differently. Of course, the market access that we have to the US, for example, one of the biggest markets in the world, is there. We actually have a treaty, the TMEC, basically the USMCA, US, Canada, Mexico treaty, and we are using that. The tariff did not affect us because we are following that treaty in every detail, and as long as we have a certificate of origin, basically on the automotive, for example, you have to prove that 75% of the materials are coming from the country, so that they don't have any tariff or very low tariff, and we are able to do that. So what is the space industry in Mexico? Now that I mentioned this, the foundation that we have in FEMIA and in Mexico, we can use that as the foundation, as the basis for the space. Very important. It's important to mention that it's not advancing. It's not moving forward. Okay, good. Thank you. Mexico, we have the Digital Transformation and Telecommunications Agency. This is a government institution that has several objectives. For sure, we want to develop the space industry in Mexico, and they are the ministry that is helping us on that. Now, it's very important because we didn't have this in the past. the government was not paying enough attention to the space progress, to the space development. Now we have it, and we have it in a very important way. We are part of the Latin American and Caribbean agency. This was founded in 2021, 18 countries, and we are leading that effort along with the other countries in Latin America. This is very important. We are also part of the Artemis program with the NASA, and this means that we are not only spectators now. We are partners. We are participants of these projects. This happened basically back in 2021. So this is again a very important step for us on this space. Now all this is now regulated and is part of the laws in Mexico, and we are now obligated to support it, to sponsor it. So there is a great backup basically by the Mexican government, and this provides a lot of certainty to investment, to companies, because now the government is very interested in growing on this area. One of the projects that the Mexican government has is the Aztec, which is basically the development of a constellation of CubeSats, basically, these were to be deployed on the flight on the ISS, and this is basically telecommunications, a very important program for us, along with the observation as well. For this we are looking to transmit all the data to the ground station, again with this constellation of nano satellites. Basically, how this works is this is the concept for operations, and again we're going to use it for telecommunications and observation. Again, this is the Aztec 1 and Aztec 2. We were also part of the Colmena project. Colmena in Spanish is, in English will be like a big hive, and these are nano robots that were actually launched in 2024. Although the mission was not completed because they were to land in the moon. These nano robots were very successful in transmitting all the data and the communication in deep space. This is an opportunity because we're using the launching vehicles from other countries, and again, this is where the partnership with Korea can happen. We're currently using a lot of the launching vehicles from the US, so this partnership can help us to grow that, and with that be more autonomous along with the Korean technology and innovation. For us, the memorandum of understanding, the cooperation, the partnership is very important. We are part of the SME for space. We have a memorandum of understanding with this European association. They have more than 850 SMEs companies. So we look to develop the SMEs jointly, the Mexican ones and the Europeans in the space. Also important is the fact that back in 2022, the first Mexican woman born in Mexico, she was already in the Blue Origin, one of the Blue Origin missions. She is very active. She was actually working at NASA, the GPL, and she's really sponsoring all this. Why? Again, with the support from the government. Because the government is seeing this, the Mexican government is seeing this in Mexico as a great opportunity, and this is a perfect example of that. As far as Mexican companies already part of the space, business constellation, etc., we have Clusters Unlimited. Actually, the CEO from this company is here with us today. And this is a great company, a great example of a Mexican company because they have a GeoSat constellation already working. And I was just talking to him yesterday, and he told me that he has 2 satellites fully made in Korea, already as part of the constellation. These are satellites for observation, And again, this is a great example of a company not only having success in the space, but you know it's very important because the partnership and the cooperation that they have with other countries just demonstrates how eager we are in Mexico to keep growing, and how for example, the intellectual property is properly maintained by Mexico and the companies. The data analysis that they do with the image processing is just outstanding, and again, this is a great example of a Mexican company already in this field. So with this, the new space is very important in Mexico. Again, this type of conferences just only provide the real good network for opportunities in partnership, in this case with CASP, a great opportunity to keep growing. We can get the innovation technology you have, and then we can use it. You can establish a great relationship with Mexico as far as factories, manufacturing over there. This has been already demonstrated in the automotive, in the electronic, as I mentioned. I think that the latest one will be the Kia Automotive. You know, this company, they are in Mexico and they are just growing. To be very honest with you, I have a Kia Sportage, and I have enjoyed 191,000 kilometers on that vehicle, and I love it. And I can just extend that type of experience to the space. Another probably interesting example is that we love one of the most important series that we have seen in Mexico is one that you probably know and remember. It's called Extraordinary Attorney Wu Jong-woo. So it's just an additional testimony of what the cooperation can be between Mexico and Korea. So with this, I want to conclude my summary, my presentation. In Mexico, we are ready for the partnership. We are ready to be partners with you, to have business, and we welcome the world. You know, Mexico is a great country, open arms, always welcoming, great companies, great technologies, and definitely this is a great first step with Korea. Thank you very much.
네, 감사합니다. 산체스 회장님. 라틴 아메리카 우주 산업의 가능성과 또 한국의 파트너십 확장 기회가 느껴지는 발표였습니다. 자, 이렇게 오늘 발표의 두 번째 세션이 좀